You're tuning in to the first passage of the audiobook series, Off Track, First Gear. Saudi Arabia, 2021. In a time of uncertainty where putting on a mask not only protects us from the plague that's rid this world, but also from exposing our external self to society, a very judgmental society. With the amount of time that's passed since living through this pandemic, I've realized the importance of facial expressions. Whether it be an awkward smile after a lame joke, or attempting to express how you feel towards a loved one. This pandemic has compromised one of society's most effective means of human communication, facial expressions. And on a relatively hot Sunday evening, Naif's facial expression is one of grave concern. He drives out onto the desert to search for me, Mashade. I'm known to be a standout in the academics. However, rumors have been circulating throughout the community that I've been drifting away from fulfilling my true potential. My older brother, Abdurrahman, was given the nickname Tidal Wave. It was because he would leave clouds of dust whenever he would drift out into the desert, and clouds of smoke whenever he would drift out onto the street. In both cases, whether it was the desert or the road, clouds formed in an upward, forward-like motion, similar to that of a tidal wave. It was his trademark, and a testament to his authenticity whenever he took to the wheel. And believe me, he stood out from the rest. He was the most prolific Saudi street drifter the country has ever seen, let alone the first Afro-Saudi. And I struggled with the allure, following in the footsteps of my late brother. Naif, an orphan that once strayed like an alley cat, became the road dog for Abdurrahman, recording his every move on the road until his unexpected death. 2 years my senior, in understanding the repercussions of becoming a street drifter, Naif heads out into the desert with the hopes of changing my mind. As I go into my third hour here in the desert, I've realized one constant in my life that I've taken for granted: time. As I see Naif approach me from a distance, I can't help but wonder if he would be wasting his by speaking with me. And as the old saying goes, only time will tell. Naif pulls up and calmly exits the vehicle. As he walks towards my direction, I go on to say, "Hey, how's it going? Was the story on my feed that obvious? I just know that you come here often." "Oh, okay. All right, I see. Yeah." Naif lights a cigarette. Each time he lights a cigarette, I believe he will die from that first, before perishing in a car accident, his remains being scattered all over the road, and the fumes from a burning vehicle entering what is left of his mutilated body. I know this because Naif saw it firsthand. Not only did he see it, he was a survivor. He left the scene unscathed. When you earn the nickname Pinball, you know a thing or two about bouncing back, whether it's life or enduring the hellacious ride of a toppling vehicle after going 140 miles per hour. It allowed Naif to command a new level of respect from his peers and those in the streets of Riyadh. A survivor's tale goes a long way in boosting one's credibility. And trust me, he fit the bill. Naif goes on to say, "You know, they had some great shisha tonight at the spot, and I ran into a few Americans along the way. They had no idea where they were going, and I tried to direct them. Could have used your English. I didn't understand what they were trying to say, and my translating app on my phone kept freezing on me. I don't know why you recommended that. I ended up just taking them to shisha." How Naif convinced a group of Americans who couldn't understand him, yet trust him enough to go to a shisha spot, is beyond me. Mind you, he's a complete stranger in their eyes as well. I guess when there's not much going on in your life, you tend to create your own entertainment. Seems fitting with the times that we're living in today. I proceed with the conversation, but this time, I come at him at a critical standpoint. "You don't focus in class, that's your problem, all right? It's what's holding you back. I'm surprised you keep returning each year." "It's that damn British teacher I have for English class, all right? He's always singling me out. And why? Just because I'm always on my phone? Can you believe that? Dressed from head to toe in Saudi attire, but the man can't speak a word of Arabic. He looks like a fool. I decided to change the topic. Last time Naif spent hours just ripping it into his chemistry professor and how he's always nagging him to put his phone away during class. It's a constant recurring theme he has with all his professors. You see, Naif gets way too emotional when it comes to his studies. He's a true embodiment of a victim's mentality. He fails to realize the issues coming from within. That issue? Pure laziness. He hated the academics. Instead of counting his multiplication tables, he would rather count his earnings from selling the best date fruits that came out of Al-Ahsa. I was eating so many of his words I couldn't stomach another rant. There was only so much I could listen to. So I continued to proceed with the conversation, and as usual, changed the subject matter at hand. Speaking of Brits and tourists, what's the number at now? 42,000 in the first month? Yeah, I would say so. Boy, I'm telling you, this country is changing in front of our very own eyes. Yeah, it is, actually. Most definitely, absolutely. And how do you feel about that? Like anything else. I'll know with time. I took a glimpse into the clouds. Prior to Naif arriving, I had endured a sandstorm. There's nothing like it. Submitting to the forces of nature, knowing very well that you have no control over your surroundings. It's a unique dynamic. You marvel at the sky while it provides a sense of comic relief. And how, you might ask? Well, the sky may be the limit, yet our inner demons keep us grounded. My mindset is down to earth, but my actions are out of this world. And the best way to depict that in its truest form is sitting calmly in a vehicle in the middle of the desert with winds that can peel your skin off like a layer of an onion. And there's something humorous about that. I've only experienced one sandstorm prior to this one. And on that occasion, my vehicle never toppled over. That was also humorous. Figuring I could probably die from debris, car parts, heck, even a flying dead carcass smashing into my driver's side window. I also ended up saving 3 of my friends on my way back from university that day. That was the day I figured myself out, what I wanted to do. It was a day where a bit of Abdurrahman came back into my life. The way I was manning the wheel to escape all the flying debris, with 2 of my friends in the back screaming for their lives, with one of them having a dislocated shoulder due to all the impact. It gave me an adrenaline rush that I've never felt before. It lasted 30 minutes. However, the one that I just endured, that lasted 90 minutes. But during those 90 minutes of terror, I found beauty. And what I mean by that is all I can see were layers of gold spread throughout the sky. Gold. If value had one true tangible form, gold is what it would be, and the sky was covered in it. Yet despite the riches of the sky, here I was still questioning my worth. On this windy late Sunday afternoon, the gold-colored sky was so vibrant, yet it seemed to reach a lifeless soul. I noticed Naif in the corner of my eye just staring at me. I had to get it together. Blowing smoke in my direction, Naif goes on to say, "Come on. Hey, Mashadi, you're zoning out. Come on. We're done with this chapter in our lives, all right? We're both heading to university. I'd say that's quite the impressive feat coming from a generation that's been ruined by porn. We owe ourselves a night. Look, we put in the time, all right? So let's get out of here. Come on." I was looking into the sky, hoping it would help me escape this bottomless pit of despair that I continue to face. But all I can hear was Naif, who by now I developed a sense of white noise towards. My mother taught me to speak less and listen more so your words hold more value. Looks like Naif never got the memo. He goes on to say, "Hey, Mashadi, look, you're zoning out again. Listen, you need to forget what happened that day, all right?" Sorry, sorry about that. Listen, Naif, before that day, I had no ambition, no drive. Oh God, listen, here we go again. Listen, I'm not your shrink, okay? I don't have time for this. If you're going to talk about this, will you at least be charging me for the hour? What? What are you talking about? Listen, Mashadi, I'm not your therapist, okay? So unless I'm getting paid like one, please, spare me your thoughts, okay? Wow, Naif. Are you for real? Really? Look, if you need a shoulder to cry on, call your woman, okay? That's what she's there for, right? What's that thing called? You constantly seek it, but it leaves you constantly disappointed. What, you talking about my dreams? Wow, that's dark. Wow. Listen, my replies may be dark, but they're still brighter than my future, okay? Okay, listen, you need to stop, okay? That just sounds absolutely depressing. Wow. Listen, okay, whatever, man. Just, I don't know, it's whatever. Anyways, you know the answer? Our own expectations. Yeah, I know, you keep telling me that. But why are you getting at me for being so negative? That's a bleak way of looking at things, no? Yeah, might be, but it's helped me plow through life. Anyways, whatever, listen. She was asking about you tonight. She was with my sister. Who? Nashwa? Yeah. She seemed quite upset, actually. I know why. It's because of that story that I posted on my feed last night. What? You were drifting. Nothing new. What's your point? Wait. Hold up a second. Wait a minute. Whoever was behind that camera sounded like... Oh. No. Yeah, you picked up on that, eh? You get it now, right? In life, when you arrive at the crossroads, you tend to shift gears. Whether the destination is smooth or a bumpy ride depends on only your ability to navigate through life's hurdles. I present to you, Off Track, the first passage, first gear.